Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me. This is Flosstube number 85 and my name is Janine McGowan. I design cross stitch as the blue flower. This is a little bit unusual because I'm actually filming it Friday evening instead of Saturday morning. Market prep is changing all my schedules, so I should probably say good evening, but A, I always feel like Vincent Price when I do that. Good evening. And B, I'm probably not going to release it until tomorrow morning anyway. So happy whatever time it is for you. Jumping right into stitching in action. Got some really fun ones this week, and I'm going to start with Rabbit Parade. This is stitched by Betsy, and she did a beautiful stitch. I think my favorite part is that she named everything, and she told me it was late at night and she was getting a little bit punchy, and so she started thinking of how many of the animals in the design started with B. There's a bee, a bat, a bear, a badger, a bunny. And so she was trying to fit everything into that theme. So the deer became a buck. The moth, of course, became a butterfly. The owl then became a big-eyed bird. And the duck became a big-billed bird, which she named Bruce. The hedgehog was the most challenging, and she and her stitching group had to really think about it. But they decided that the hedgehog was a bristle ball, and they named him Butch. So I think you get the alliteration prize, Betsy. I didn't know we had one, but now we do. So thank you very much for sharing that. Next up, Jean, and Jean has several big finishes to share, and she stitched these all on 36 count linen from her stash, and I really love all of her choices. So she did 3, and I'm just going to put them all 3 up at the same time here. She did Happy Campers, she did Moggie Manor, and she did Huckleberry Farm. And I love the way the fabrics that she chose really go so well with each one. I love the Moggie Manor one, the variegation in that. I wouldn't have thought of it, but I just think it's great. I think it's a really good example of how to use what you have on hand, especially if you can't get maybe what was in the model or you just want to try something different. But beautiful stitching, beautiful framing on all of those. So thank you so much, Jean, for sharing. All right, last one, we have Kira, who submitted 3 beautiful stitching in actions with super fun finishes. And the first one is from a set that I did for Barefoot Needle Art for a retreat last year. And these were autumn beach postcards. And so they were designed to be literally like little postcards that you would send from the beach, so snapshots of something at the beach. And I just love this one with the blue heron, and I like the way that she memorialized the particular date and time around the edge there, just to mark that moment and that experience for herself. So that's beautiful, and I like the frame. Next up, she did the Seasons of the Heart Autumn, and oh, what a finish on this one. Oh, that's perfect. I know she said she's going to do the other ones, so I can't wait to see what she does with those as well, because this one is just great. Now, I have to say, I've probably saved my favorite for the end. And these are, in the last video, we talked about drinking out of a pineapple, and I showed the little freebie of the squirrel drinking out of a pineapple from, I think it was last year, or the cookbook for Market. And so she did that. But she gave one of them a little Hawaiian shirt and one a bathing suit, and they're a little pair, and I just love them so much. I love them so much. She's got a great finishing idea, and I really hope she does it and shares it with us, because I can't wait to see it. So thank you so much, Kira, for sharing those, and thank you, Betsy and Jean, also. As always, if you've stitched a blue flower design, go ahead and drop me an email. I'd love to share it with everyone. And if you're looking for some inspiration, you can look at the website, which is blueflowerstitching.com, on the Stitching in Action section, and see what other people have done. All right, what I'm stitching is nothing. I'm stitching nothing. I have not put in a single I haven't put in a single stitch since the last video because it's been all market prep. So I am still theoretically working on the Things of Spring by Posie, but as far as what I'm stitching, I do have 2 finishes to show, so that's fun. And these are both from the Year of Stitching Greyhounds. I just got them back from Acorns and Threads, so they did the finishing and framing. The first one is the Greyhound Santa, and I forgot to grab the original. It was Greyhound Santa by Dirty Annie, and it was from market last year, so it's good timing to have it back now. I actually changed the design and took off the Santa portion. It feels a bit like Dr. Frankenstein. I took off the Santa head and replaced it with a different head, but I didn't want it to be quite so seasonal, so I just used the head from the Glad Sign, and I actually really love the way it came out. And then I made the dress a lot simpler to stitch because I didn't do any of the patterning. I just used a really variegated thread. And I really, really love it. So there you go. The Greyhound, not at all a Santa, but still fun, came back. I love that one. And then the other one is the We Love Dogs by, I'm going to get this right this time, Stickideen von der Weyenburg. This is the first Quaker I've ever stitched, and it was so much fun. I love the way it came out. I love the frame. See if we can get a proper close-up there. It was just a really great stitch, and I can't wait to have both of these on my wall. I haven't hung them up yet because I've been waiting to show them. So now that they've been discussed, I have to get out the stepladder and find a place on the wall. All right, Stash Spotlight. This time it's Beachcomber by Lindy Stitches, and you may have seen this one. She actually designed this for when she and I did the Pacific Northwest Stitch Summit at Acorns and Threads, I want to say 2 years ago. And we had come up with a theme where I would do the forest and she would do the sea. And she just came up with this absolutely stunning, stunning design. And it's especially timely because she is releasing it at market this year. And having seen it in person, I gotta say, it's just so beautiful. I am really excited to stitch this one. I love the little animals. I love the penguin, the puffin, the happy seal. I love the blue whale. I would even say I love the beads. I would sew beads for Steph because they're just so perfect. And that whale, my goodness. I don't know if you've ever had a chance to see a whale. I don't remember where I was when I was younger, but we were at a museum somewhere. I don't remember anything else about it except that they had a model of a blue whale, and it was just amazing. You know, the first time you see something on that scale, to see just, wow, that is so cool. So I always have a soft spot for the blue whales ever since. But that is my Stash Spotlight, Beachcomber from Lindy Stitches. And if you're looking for something beautiful with a beach theme, I don't think you could do any better. All right, World Around. This time it's the American Goldfinch, and they've been on my mind because they are here in our yard quite a bit, and right now the males are coming into their very bright breeding color, so they're starting to really get a lot of bright gold feathers on their chests, and so you can really see them, and they pop out against the bare branches, whereas later in the year, A, their coloring's a lot more subdued, and B, the trees and things are a lot more leafed out. So this time of year, when I go out every morning to put the seeds out, there are just these bright little sparks of yellow in the trees, and they're very, very small. They're so small, in fact, that blue jays actually hunt them. But they have this beautiful song, and they're just darling little birds. I love to watch them, so I thought it was a good chance to learn something about them. I did also learn that when you start seeing those bright colors come out on the males, it's a sign that the warmer weather is coming. So the fact that we're seeing the golden goldfinch come out means that hopefully spring is really on the way. Now, they are semi-year-round residents in our area sometimes. I learned also, unlike a lot of birds that maybe migrate from one location to another location every year, goldfinches simply go where the weather is nice. So if the temperatures here in Nevada, for example, are something that they like all year round, they stay. If it gets too cold or too warm, they go north or south. So they really just adjust based on the current conditions, and as long as there's food and a good temperature, they'll stay put. They are strictly vegetarian, which is kind of unusual among birds. They really only eat plants and seeds. They love sunflowers and lots of seeds. So if you're trying to get them in your yard, plant lots of coneflowers and things that produce a lot of seeds for them. On that note, I learned that brown-headed cowbirds, which are a bit like cuckoos in that they will put their eggs into the nests of other birds to raise, will slip their eggs into the nests of goldfinches, but the nestlings very rarely survive because suddenly they're born and they're given a strictly vegetarian diet. And so that's not really what they're meant to have. So they really, really only eat seeds. In fact, one of the sources said they only ever eat an insect by accident, which I feel the same way. So that was fun. When goldfinches mate and form a mated pair, they both begin to sing the same song, and other goldfinches can recognize the pair because they are singing the same song. They have a set of regular songs that they sing to communicate as a flock, and that's one of the ways that I know a goldfinch flock is nearby because they're so small, but you can hear them a long time before you can see them. Apparently, one of their common sounds sounds like potato chip. I haven't quite heard that myself, but it was something that I heard over and over from people saying it sounds like potato chip. So if you're out near a field or anywhere there are a lot of seeds and not too many trees for cover, and you hear someone singing potato chip, it's probably a goldfinch. Let's see, anything else? I think that's pretty much it. It was really interesting to learn about them, and they, like I said, they're so pretty. It was a lot of fun to actually be able to identify them, and I do enjoy seeing them every morning. So there you go, the American goldfinch, which is also the state bird of, I think, Washington and New Jersey and one other one. All right, questions. Last video, I'd asked, has anyone ever had an actual drink from a pineapple? Most of us in the comments have not, but a few of you have, and it kind of inspired me. You know, we live in a day where I don't have to wait for a ship to bring me a pineapple from halfway around the world. I can go to the grocery store and get myself a pineapple, and I should do that. So make myself a little smoothie or a little ice cream sundae or something, and eat it in a pineapple. Maybe put a little umbrella in just for the full experience. So maybe after market, I'll sit down and do that to celebrate. So this video, I was going to ask your favorite new release for market, but honestly, like that's a hard question. There's just so much good stuff. I couldn't pick a favorite. There's so many coming out that I want, and this year there are a lot of bee designs, which I'm really excited about. I'm going to pick up so many of those. So I thought I'd just ask, what is something you're really looking forward to stitching? And I know I ask that now and then because it's nice to know, and so I was just curious. What are you looking forward to? I'm looking forward to actually stitching at all, frankly, after market, but it's something I'm really looking forward to. All right, best thing this video, Sunny, our niece's little dachshund puppy, came to visit last weekend because they were over, and so she brought Sunny along with her. So it was really fun to see the dogs getting together again and sort of remembering that they like each other and going from excited to, oh yeah, this is fun, we like this. So we've got some good cameos of Sunny in the puppy video this week. Now for giveaway, last video, it was this beautiful honey amber fabric from Fabrics by Stephanie, 40 count. And for those of you who did use the word pineapple in the comments, many people, thank you. The winner of this one is Stitchy Leslie. So drop me an email, let me know your mailing address, and I will get this in the mail to you. Giveaway this video. This is a little bit more traditional this time. This is Hester Garlick, 1852, from Little Robin Designs, and this just really caught my eye the first time I saw it. I love the bright colors. It's a little bit hard to see, but I really love these flowers. There we go, right here. They look like just beautiful violets. I love the way that scale in older sampler designs is just completely thrown out the window. I always find appealing. So you have these relatively tiny figures giving something to this enormous bird. I just think it's fun and colorful and interesting. So this is what we're doing this time. And the word, I'm going to keep it easy, is bird. Bird is the word, for those of you who are old enough to know that. So use the word bird in your comments and we'll pick a winner. Now, on to announcements, and on that topic, I'm going to go ahead and say probably 3 weeks before the next video, I'd like to say it'll be 2 weeks. That's the weekend after market, but based on past years, it's very likely I won't quite be ready to do it then, so it might take me an extra week. So I'll say probably 3 weeks. Then we'll go ahead and do another Flosstube. And also, just a heads up, I am not going to be able to respond to comments for this video. I'm just not going to be able to do it. I will read them all and really enjoy them. So if you want to go ahead and put in your comment with bird in it, just know that I will read it but not be able to respond, because with market going on, that just becomes something that I can't keep up with. So that's actually it for me. Like I said, we've got a lovely puppy video at the end here with the lovely Sunny visiting us. I hope you are having a fabulous weekend, or whatever day or time of day it is for you, and I look forward to chatting with you again in 2 or 3 weeks. Talk to you later. Bye.